Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome. It is Friday. It is Venus Day for those of you who pay attention to that. Welcome, everyone. We are giving you love. I'm sending you guys all love today on Venus Day. Yes, happy Friday to you as well. I see all the comments. Hopefully, you guys are already having an amazing day. And if you're not already having an amazing day, it's time to make your day amazing. Why? Because you have the opportunity all the time to shift your energy and to make sure your day turns out the way you want it to turn out, no matter what's going on. Okay. But this is a great Friday. We are ready. So, the Cosmic Collective Consciousness has a wonderful message for you guys today. And welcome to the Channeled Wisdom Circle. uh, Today, we're going to be talking about the fear of being seen. And the interesting thing is, I've been getting this a lot as for messages for people over the past like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. This message has been kind of coming up a lot, even in classes at Mystic University, and the divinity session, the last divinity session at Mystic Temple as well. But yes, the fear of being seen. Apparently, this is happening a lot, and all of you need to hear this message. So, a lot of times we have a fear of being seen. And apparently, many of you have a fear of being seen. And sometimes you don't recognize it when you have this fear. It will feel like you're making excuses for yourself why you can't do something, why you have to wait, things like that. But you really have a fear of being seen. And the message today is it's time to step into the light, especially right now with what's going on in the world, and especially to you light workers out there. It is time, you healers, you light workers, you life coaches, you other spiritual teachers, whatever you are, it is time for you to step into the light. First of all, and I'm not even just talking about the spiritual people. Obviously, you guys are all spiritual, or where you wouldn't be watching this. But what I'm also referring to is people. We all come here with a gift. We all have gifts, and the Book of Rashida states that as well. We all have gifts. We come here with a gift to give to the world. The gift is for us. It's also for other people, and it's also for the world at large, depending on what your purpose is. But you have a gift to give. And if you are shying away from giving that gift, you are doing not only yourself a disservice, but you are doing the world a disservice. So what I'm being shown right now through the Cosmic Collective Consciousness is um, darkness. I'm being shown darkness and people sitting in the dark. And this is you guys sitting in the dark, and there's like a beam of light right here. I'm very clairvoyant, so they send me visuals too. So there's like a beam of light shining through the dark, and all you need to do is just step into that light. That's all you need to do is step into that light, holding the gift. Ooh, I'm getting such chills right now. Holding the gift that you have to give to the world, that you have to give to yourself. Know that your gifts are not just for other people, they're also for yourself. And the more you give your gifts, the more you use your gifts, the more you yourself are enlivened, the more you yourself are healed, the more you yourself are blessed by your own gifts. And it's because that's how it's meant to work. All right, our gifts are here for ourselves and others. And if you are shying away from using them, if you are shying, ooh, a strong message, we're going to stick with that. If you're shying away from using them, some of you are shying away from using your gifts. Some people have the limiting belief, and I'm gonna dog out. I'm not gonna call anyone's name, but I'm gonna dog out some spiritual teachers out there right now. Okay, let's talk about it. Some spiritual teachers out there that teach people limiting beliefs of how they can and cannot use their gifts. There are many people who have a belief because of all this regurgitation of this limitation, which is false, that, oh, if you have a gift you can only use it for other people, you can't use it for yourself. That's BS. Like, that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't. So if you are a person who has heard that, I need you to push that out. You need to make sure that you are discerning with information that you receive. And I will tell you this, any information that you receive anywhere that limits you is false. I will tell you that right out the gate. Okay, hold on now. Message. Okay, any information that you receive from no matter what it is that limits you, that tells you what you can't do, and you can only do this when this, and blah 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 blah, those are false, and those are limiting beliefs, because you have no limitations, and including with your gifts. So If you are not using your gift, you're afraid to use your gift, because also there's limitations out there that especially religions put on people that say, oh, if you, and they, it's fear mongering. Oh, if you start to tap into this gift, then things are, you're going to open up yourself for all these other forces and things like that. That's a scare tactic to keep you away from your power. Okay. Are there negative forces out there? Are there negative things? And so, yes, but if you understand your power and you know how powerful you are, which you really are, none of that stuff matters. None of that stuff matters. And also, once you understand quantum physics and you understand quantum mechanics and you also understand this how spirituality intertwines in that, then you know that energy is just energy. It's really not negative or positive. It's what you allow it to be. Okay. And it's also your perception of it. So at the end of the day, there's never anything to be afraid of, because you can color the energy however you want to color the energy. I'm telling you that right now. That's the truth. Okay. So if you are afraid of using your gifts, if you're afraid of bringing them out into the light, and that doesn't mean you have to go and stand on a mountaintop and yell to everyone and say, hey, I'm psychic. Hey, if you feel guided to do that, then do it. But when I say step into the light, out of the shadows, step into the light, what I'm saying is step into the light of your gifts. Step into the light, and don't be afraid to be seen. Also, what's important is when I say you don't have to stand on a mountaintop. I don't want there's two extremes here. Standing on a mountaintop yelling to everyone, "Hey, I have these gifts." And then also there's the other extreme is hiding them and pretending that you don't and downplaying them. Okay? You want to be, if you're not purposed to be standing on a mountaintop, not everyone is, then you want to be in the middle of that. Not definitely not hiding, because what happens when you hide your gifts and when you pretend that you're normal, which actually normal, we can get into that. I don't want to get on the side thing. I was just going to go off on a tangent, but you can be, what we think of as normal, right? As a person who doesn't have any gifts, but really everyone has gifts. But anyway, um, if you want to be normal, then you sit there and you will, shy away and not mention something that you feel like saying. You're getting a message for someone, and you choose to hold it back because you don't know how they'll receive it, or you don't know if you'll look too woo woo, or, and I don't even like that term because it's really weird, but if you'll look too, like whatever, extra, right? And that is also damaging to your gifts. That's damaging to your power. It's damaging to your authenticity. When you hold yourself in, and by the way, your gifts are a big part of who you are. In fact, it is who you are in this physical plane. Your identity as this person who has incarnated into this particular life, your gifts are a big part of that. And they're also a part of your life purpose. Your gifts are there for you to reach your life purpose. So if you're holding them back, what did I say a few days ago? That the cosmic collective consciousness gave us the three pillars of life. It is your vessel, your life purpose, and your soul growth. Those are the only things that actually matter in your incarnation, and everything else is supplementary. So if you are not paying attention to those three, then you're missing the point. And your gifts are a big part of that. If your gifts are there for you to achieve your purpose, and you're not focusing on the purpose part of that, you're going to miss all of that. You're going to miss you may not miss the vessel part, but you will miss the soul growth and life purpose pillars of that, because your gifts are a part of that. So again, step out of the shadows and into the light. So what are you hiding? What are you not allowing people to see? A beautiful part of you. And sometimes we don't see those parts of ourselves as beautiful because there's fear. There's fear underneath that because we care so much what other people are going to think. I need you to stop caring what people are going to think. I really need you to stop caring, because it sets you back. It sets you back. You have to live your life. These other people don't have to live your life. You have to live your life. No one else is going to come and live your life but you. And as long as you focus on what other people think, you are giving other people who didn't even ask for it power over your own life and over your life purpose. Okay? Message. So you need to focus on yourself. And trust me, the more you shine, the more you step into the light and out of those shadows, the more you allow yourself to shine, the more you allow yourself to use your gifts, to show your gifts, and to whatever you're here to do, the better you will feel about yourself, the happier your life will get, and also the more you will attract those who are meant to be attracted by you. You are not everyone's flavor, and that is okay. You don't have to be. I don't know where we got this notion that everyone has to love us. I don't know where we got this notion, but you don't have to be everyone's cup of tea. That's why we're all unique individuals. That's why, for instance, for spirituality, that's why there are many spiritual teachers, there are many healers. Not everyone is going to be attracted to the same healer depending on what they resonate with. That's okay. That's okay. Not everyone is going to be attracted to your message. That's okay. But the more you stand in your authenticity and allow your light to shine without focusing on who you're not trying to go after, only focus on who you're going after. Those people will start to be attracted to you. And if you and outside of spirituality, but if whatever you're doing, whatever your gift is to the world, it may be technology, it may be a lot of different things, right? It may just be your presence, because your presence is enough. Whatever gifts you are supposed to give to people or the world at large, the more you give that, the more your energy spreads, and the more it allows them to people to be attracted to you. Because at the end of the day, in order to achieve anything in this world, we need other people. Everything involves people on some level, which we've talked about before. Like everything revolves other people. So those connections, those soul contracts are important. But if you're sitting in the dark, how are you ever going to get your soul contract? How are you ever going to get the people that are here to be in line to help you? Because you know how I always say, you have everything you need. You always have everything you need. But a lot of times, some of what you need are are connections. And when you have those things perfectly aligned, then you're able to actually do what you need to do more. I'll give you guys an example personally. When I started Mystic Circle TV 5 years ago, we just reached the 5 year anniversary for Mystic Circle TV. I received a message. First of all, I had a TV show before. I had other things, but I did not see myself as like a media person or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, I got a download, start a TV network, and I was like, what? Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So I had some preparation because I had helped my wife produce some things before, and plus I had my own TV show before on two other networks. But so I had some, like, a little bit of experience, but never like running my own thing. But when they gave me that message, I got it so strongly, and I knew that this was purposeful. This was part of my purpose. This was part of this, global awakening initiative. So I was like, okay, well, let's do it. But once I got started, guess what happened? I realized I already had everything I need. I had already had people in my circle who could teach me what I needed to learn, who would give me the connections that I needed to get. I had people that hooked me up with people who would, because I launched the network with, I think it was 7 shows. So from the time I started, when I got the message, to the time I launched, it was only 3 months. So I built an entire international 62 million household TV network in 3 months when I didn't know what I was doing. But I had everything already. That's my point. You have everything you need. And I didn't realize that I had everything I need. I stepped out in faith because I received the message and I was like, okay. So I stepped out in faith, but it everything just fell in line because everything was already there. But I didn't see it until I was ready to see it, till I needed it. Right. So all the people, and some of those things again were people connections, right? Some of the shows that I started with were people that I didn't know, but they were introduced through other people, and they were like, oh, this person, yes, they would be great for your network. And then we produced the shows and everything. So my point is that you have everything you need always. And so when you step into that light, even beyond the fear, because did I think I was ready? I knew, I had faith, and I knew everything was going to work out. And I was just like, I don't know how, but I don't. You don't have to always know the how. But if you move forward with faith and trust in yourself and your path, Okay. And in the message that I was receiving, it was like, I already knew my purpose. So I was like, okay, I know this is part of it because it was just, I felt it. And so stepping out on faith and all of that and everything just comes together. And so, yes, what Gigi said, more amazing abundance. Absolutely. So you have to recognize that there's abundance around you all the time, which is what yesterday's live was about. Abundance is around you all the time, but you have to step into the light. You have to take the step to step into that light. So if there's a business that you have been wanting to start that you haven't started yet, if there's that video that you need to make in order to bring people to your services, if there is uh, something that you need to do, just start. Maybe you're a hermit and you just need to start going out and talking to people, because if you're not connecting with people, you're missing opportunities. Opportunities come to you through people. So if you're sitting there at home by yourself, never going out, never talking to anyone, no new friends type of person, and you're also complaining about why you're running in place, well, that's why. Okay, message. That is why. That is exactly why. You need to start stepping into the light and not away from the light. And that fear of being seen is something that is very, very strong, but know that you are stronger than it. It doesn't, just because you step forward into the light doesn't mean that you have to do it without fear. You should work on your fear, and I have plenty of tools to help you with that. You should definitely work on the fear, but while you are currently working on the fear, you don't have to wait to be fearless. Okay? You don't have to wait to be in the state of fearlessness before you move. Move with the fear. Move through the fear. Move despite the fear. Then you start to walk. Then you start to run. Then you start to fly. Okay? And now you are soaring in the light. But it starts with the first step. And that first step is the hardest step to take because of the fear. So also, if you are a person who has a fear of being seen, I want you to dig deep inside and ask yourself why. Where is this fear coming from? Not on the surface, like, okay, it's a fear. No. What's underneath that fear? Is it a lack of self trust? Usually, self trust is underneath fear. Lack of self trust is underneath fear. But what else? What else is underneath that? Why don't you trust yourself? Are you afraid of failure? Are you afraid of uh, rejection? Are you afraid of success? Because there's that too. And sometimes when I say that, people are like, fear of success. Why would anyone fear success? A lot of people do. You'd be surprised. A lot of people fear success because when you get to a precipice where you are about to enter another level, your next chapter of greatness, there's parts of you that hold you back out of fear because they're trying to protect their identity. It's that version of you, the old version of yourself that's trying to protect its identity of what it knows to be true, is trying to stay in that comfort zone. And it takes you and your own willpower to move past that. So where does willpower reside? In the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is right above your belly button, below your chest, in that area. If you focus on your solar plexus, if you need more willpower, you need more drive, you need more motivation, you need more self confidence, focus on your solar plexus chakra. Focus on that. Start healing that. Start tuning that up, increasing the positive energy in there, clearing it out. Work on your solar plexus, and that will help you get the courage to move past the fear. And also, courage is also in the solar plexus, but is also in the sacral chakra. So if you also focus on the sacral chakra, and then fear is everywhere, but a lot of times stored at its root, um, many times, not all the time, in the root chakra. So again, clear out your chakras. You should be doing that all the time anyway. You should be doing that all the time anyway. And also make sure you're clearing out your aura as well, because fear also lives in your aura. And then what happens to that? It starts to move down your path and gets ahead of you into the future and starts messing things up. Okay, because that's our ability to manifest, and that is that self sabotage energy that happens. So all of these things are really, really important for you to remember as you are stepping into the light. And you can take that in any way that that fits for you in your life right now and what it is that you already know, because as I'm speaking, you already know how this is affecting you. You already know. Even if you want to not listen to it, even if you want to say, well, how am I not? You already know. You already know, because my words are hitting you somewhere right now. And you already know what that is that you're not doing, that you're holding back from. So full expression. We don't need to be here. We need to be here in our full expression of our spirituality, our full expression of our gifts. That means using the gift as well and not being afraid to use it however you choose. It is your gift, okay? No one else's. No one can tell you how to use your gift, okay? So remember that. All right. But also, stepping into the light of your greatness. So another part of stepping into out of the shadows and into the light is stop being humble. Okay, that's an unpopular opinion, but I don't care, because I truly do not believe in humility and being humble, because to be humble is to lower yourself. Okay, I don't think that you should lower yourself in any way, shape, or form for anybody or in front of anybody or whatever. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance. I don't believe in arrogance, but I do believe in extreme confidence. Extreme confidence. But the difference between confidence and arrogance is confidence, you understand that there's still room for change. There's still room for growth there, right? Arrogance is well, one, arrogance is also putting other people down, and we don't need to do that. We don't need to put anyone down in order to understand our greatness. Okay? We are great in and of itself by itself. We don't need to put anyone down for that at all. We don't need to even compare ourselves, because we can all be great together. There is equally, there's no need for comparison. But in the process of feeling like, because our society teaches us, oh, if you're a good person, you're humble, blah, blah, blah. No, no, that puts you down. Again, that dampens your power. That doesn't put you in your power. So that is also staying in the shadows. So you need to be in the light. You need to recognize your greatness. You need to understand your greatness, and you need to show that greatness just by being you. You don't even actually have to put extra effort. The only effort is to get past the fear of doing it. But it's not a whole lot of effort. You just have that, like, that is literally the easiest thing to do in the world, is to be yourself. The only thing that, like I said, the only thing that makes it hard is that fear. So make sure that you are focusing on getting into the light. And as you are asking yourself those questions that I asked you earlier, or had you asked earlier, I want you to also think of what you can do to move past it. What can you do in the moment when you're feeling that fear to move past it? One of the things, I'll just give you some advice. One of the things is, right when you're about to do it, don't think about it. Just do it. Because as soon as you start to think about it, you start to talk yourself out of it. Your self sabotage comes into play. Just do it. And I've been there. I've been there, because I had to put myself out there when I used to be shy and so on and so forth. People can't believe that now because of who I am today, but I used to be shy. And I had to push past that. I had to push past it, or else I knew I was not going to achieve what I needed to achieve if I kept staying in that comfort zone. So you have to just push past it and feel the fear and do it anyway, as they say, but really ignore the fear. Ignore the fear. Push it aside and just do it anyway. Because don't even give it any time to fester. Don't give it any time to try to stop you, because the longer you hesitate, the more it stops you. And like I said, the ultimate goal is to be fearless. The ultimate goal is to get to the point on your journey where you have no more fear. That is your ultimate goal. But you're still on a journey until you get there, right? So as you are on that journey to becoming more fearless and really working on having more courage and less fear, while you have fear, you still have to move through it. You're not just going to wait around. So that is the message for today. That is the message for today from the Cosmic Collective Consciousness. And they also want to say that you are worthy. and to remember how worthy you are of and you're worthy of the people who are here for you. So don't forget that there are people that are here for you. There are your people. There is your tribe. The more you stand out in the light, again, in whatever way you want to think of that, the more you will attract your tribe. So if you've been looking for a tribe and you're not sure how to go about getting your tribe, just be yourself and your tribe will come. Be yourself boldly, be yourself confidently, be yourself fearlessly, but be yourself at the end of the day because you are a gift to the world. No matter how you look at it, you are a gift to the world in some way, shape, or form. And you have a gift inside of you to give. And the people that are here for it need to receive it. So you're making them wait. Don't be leaving them hanging. You're making them wait. You need to come out. You need to come out of that darkness into that beam of light. All right. So with that being said, I will say a prayer in the divine language, which essentially means peace be unto you, Zor Kumti, and I'll see you next time.